Hey guys, welcome to the Manhattan Project. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the #1 hero that I think you guys should all be playing in order to raise your MMR in your ranked matches. This is a hero that I recently have started playing a lot of, and who definitely caters to the skill sets of some more aggressive players. In this video, I'm going to go over both hero specificity, don't worry if you don't know what that means, I'll break it down later in the video, and the general idea and concept of spamming one hero in order to raise your MMR. So first things first, the hero that I'm going to be analyzing and breaking down in today's video is Slark. Before I go more in depth on Slark, however, I want to talk about the whole notion or the whole idea of using one hero in order to boost your MMR as a whole. So as with any strategy, especially an unorthodox one such as this, there are some pros and cons that are affiliated with this. That is to say, they come as a direct result from just applying this strategy. So the first major upside of spamming a hero is that you really only need to learn the ins and outs of that one hero, and as long as you're able to do that, eventually the other skills in the game will start to come to you. On top of this, if you're looking for something that's going to raise your MMR relatively quickly, it's a lot easier to only master one specific hero than try to master a whole variety or a huge multitude of different, very diverse heroes. One strong example I have to go along with this is Blitz. Blitz is very well known for his very strong performances on his Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit is very identifiable with Blitz because it's basically his main go-to hero in most scenarios. I can guarantee for a fact that as Blitz started playing more and more Storm Spirit, he started to improve his other skills in Dota, including map awareness, CSing, and overall in the mid lane. Now this isn't to say that Blitz was not a good player before he started spamming Storm Spirit. I'm sure that Blitz was head and shoulders above most of the rest of the Dota 2 community, especially including myself. My point being through this example is that because Blitz was able to specialize so specifically in one small, minute area of Dota 2, he was able to transition those skills that he took through dedicated focus on that one very small thing, playing Storm Spirit, and apply those skills to the rest of the game. So you might be asking yourself, what on earth does Blitz playing Storm Spirit have to do with me playing Slark, or have to do with me increasing my MMR? My answer for you is this: instead of trying to be a jack of all trades player, and instead of trying to play every single hero or counter every other enemy pick perfectly, you should focus in on 2 to 3 heroes who are really gonna give you the most bang for your buck, and I believe that Slark is one of those 2 to 3 heroes that you guys should all include within your hero pool. So now that I've gone over the pros of hero specificity and the fact that you guys should all include Slark, let's talk about the cons and the downsides to why specializing in one hero might not be right for you guys. The absolute biggest downside to this level and this commitment of specialization has to be the fact that you're gonna more often plateau when you're trying to reach your MMR goals. I'm not trying to insult anyone, but when I use the word plateau, I'm not referring to the physical geological feature. Instead, I'm referring to it as a sticking point or something where you just cannot, for whatever reason, get past this certain level of MMR. While there are definitely some mental plateaus that you have to overcome in Dota 2, specifically like a low MMR trench, the plateaus I'm referring to are going to be your upper level players in the 4 to 5k, where the reason that they plateau is that their skill development is just not there compared to their MMR specificity. To illustrate this point, I'm going to use a personal example. I pride myself on being a pretty decent windrunner player. Even though I might not have the highest win rate, I definitely feel that I've mastered the core concepts of the hero and I can play her very effectively. This came in very handy in the 6.85 meta and the 6.84 meta, where she was a very strong dominant mid laner who was picked up all the time post and prior to TI5. Unfortunately for me, Windrunner has fell out of favor with the meta, and while I still think she's an alright hero, she's nowhere near as strong as she used to be. As you can probably imagine, if I would have been playing 50 to 70% of my games as Windranger, I might have been SOL when the hero's win rate took a downward turn. Now this especially could be a huge problem if you are a very high MMR and that MMR relies solely on a couple of heroes and all of a sudden those heroes fall out of favor with the current meta. So in order to avoid having this problem, I recommend that as you sense that a hero is very overpowered as you're starting to gain MMR, I would suggest maybe trying to learn another hero or two similar to their roles but not similar to that overall hero. By doing this, you're going to build yourself a very nice MMR safety net in case the bottom ever falls out from under your hero pool. Now that I've discussed hero specificity, I'm going to move on and talk about why I think Slark fits this perfect role as being one of your go-to heroes to raise your MMR. First off, I want to start very simply. Slark is an incredibly easy hero to learn how to play, and in fact, he's so easy that I'd recommend him as one of the heroes that you should start playing if you're new to the game. Slark, in my opinion, has one of the best skill sets in the game, and I find it to be extremely forgiving. His first skill, Dark Pact, allows him to dish out damage to enemy heroes and units. Most importantly, it also allows him to purge off disables. His second skill, Pounce, is a very good twofold skill. Offensively, it serves as a soft disable that forces the enemy hero to stay near Slark, keeping them effectively stuck in place while you're able to damage them. On the flip side, defensively, it allows Slark to escape his enemies as long as he makes sure not to hit heroes whenever he uses the ability. His third skill, Essence Shift, allows Slark to benefit from hitting enemy heroes. By hitting enemy heroes, he not only drains their attributes, he also steals them and converts them into agility for a set duration of time. Finally, last but not least, Slark's ultimate, Shadow Dance, is probably the most forgiving ultimate in the game, save maybe Weavers. Its passive allows Slark to regen up very quickly whenever the enemy team does not have vision, or whenever Slark is not attacking an enemy unit. Its active, however, probably is even better, as it allows Slark to gain regen, and at the same time it makes him practically invulnerable to anything except for AoE damage and AoE stuns or disables. So now that his skill set is covered, let's move on to items and item progression. Starting off on Slark and most agility melee carries, I like to get at least 2 sets of regen, a way to regen my mana, and a way to block damage. This is accomplished on Slark by getting a set of tangos, a healing salve, a mango, and a stout shield. Or you could also opt to get a ring of protection. Following this, you want to get boots, a magic wand, then you want to upgrade those boots into treads and get a shadow blade. This will allow you to go around the map ganking your unsuspecting opponents, granted that you get it fast enough. After your Shadow Blade is completed, you can go for a Sange and Yasha, a Scotty, or a BKB based on how your game is going. From there, you can basically round off any build with a source of damage, in this case probably an MKB, and another way to avoid physical damage, in this case a butterfly. In recap, I think that Slark is a fantastic hero to play in ranked solo MMR games. Slark has a very good skill set, and his item build transitions extremely well, turning from a ganker into a very solid hard carry. Well guys, that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like rating on the video. Also, if you want to see more videos, subscribe to my channel. I have videos linked down in the description box below. Thanks for viewing and have a great day.